Jedediah Strutt began work on his first mill in Belper in 1776. 2 years later it was up and running. By 1780 he had built his second mill in Belper, the North Mill. In 1796, just a year before Jedediah Strutt died, the third mill known as the West Mill was completed.
When I was 12, I got a shawl for my birthday. I was so disappointed. I didn't want a shawl, but of course I needed it, as I was soon to start work at the mill, and without it, the long early walks in the morning would have been unbearable.
The original South Mill was demolished and replaced in 1812. By this time, the complex had spread to the opposite side of the road, where 3 other mills stood.
I remember the first time I saw the mill. It was all lit up like a glowing amber palace. At that time, despite the dark, cold winter morning, it looked beautiful.
In 1816, the round mill was added to the complex. Again, using progressive architectural ideas, the mill was built so that the workers could all be observed constantly from a central watch point.
On my first day, I was taken to this woman. She was a very kind lady, but the noise. The machines were so close together. She got hold of my hand and walked backwards with me down the corridor. I wasn't frightened. I was terrified.
Although the commercial successes of the Strutts were impressive, so too was their contribution to the welfare of the town and their workforce. From the first stages of the mill developments, Jedediah Strutt had put in place provision for housing, schooling and healthcare as part of the workers' package.
That afternoon I went to school, and it was as though my teacher realised. He turned to us and said, "All of those who went to work this morning, put your head down on the desks and have a rest."
Over the generations, the Strutts would provide everything for the recreational and developmental needs of the community. The picturesque river gardens, housing, schools, hospital, waterworks, swimming baths, and of course a constant source of employment.
I had a brief childhood, and then a huge push into the adult world. A world of dust, tiredness, and a sense of helpless imprisonment.